In the chaotic landscape of U.S. politics, where facts often blend with fiction, J.D. Vance has managed to make headlines with outlandish claims that not only endanger communities but expose the toxic core of modern right-wing rhetoric. As former President Donald Trump's potential vice presidential pick for 2024, Vance's rise within the GOP mirrors the dangerous trend of extreme rhetoric overshadowing real political discourse. This is a story not just about the blatant lies Vance has spread, but how his words incite fear, fuel racism, and put his own constituents at risk. Let's break down the latest in the ever-growing list of J.D. Vance's controversies. His recent interview left Americans stunned when he openly admitted to fabricating stories about Haitian immigrants in Ohio. Stories so grotesque and unfounded that they caused panic, bomb threats, and mass evacuations in Springfield. What drives a senator to lie so brazenly about his own constituents? And how does this fit into the broader agenda of the Republican Party in 2024? This video dissects Vance's wild accusations, explores the repercussions of his rhetoric, and looks at how this fits into Trump's campaign of division and fearmongering. The rise of J.D. Vance. From hillbilly elegy to Trump's VP pick, J.D. Vance rose to national prominence in 2016 with his best-selling memoir Hillbilly Elegy, a gritty recounting of his upbringing in a working-class Appalachian family. The book received widespread attention for its portrayal of economic hardship and the challenges faced by rural Americans. It gave Vance a platform, one he used to position himself as a political outsider with a unique perspective. Yet in the years since, that same outsider status has morphed into something far more dangerous. Vance, once critical of Donald Trump's brand of populism, has since become one of his staunchest supporters. With his endorsement of Trump and his transition into politics as the junior senator from Ohio, J.D. Vance quickly aligned himself with the far-right wing of the Republican Party. His rhetoric became more extreme, reflecting a GOP that is no longer about small government and fiscal conservatism, but rather about white grievance politics, anti-immigration hysteria, and anti-democratic tendencies. By embracing this shift, Vance solidified his role as a key figure in Trump's orbit, leading to widespread speculation that he could become Trump's running mate in the 2024 election. However, as we've seen with Vance's latest media blitz, his willingness to lie, distort, and incite is far from the calculated cunning of a seasoned politician. Rather, it reveals a man who is willing to dig his own grave for the sake of furthering his political ambitions. The Haitian immigrant lies. How Vance's rhetoric escalated into violence. The controversy surrounding J.D. Vance reached new heights when, during a televised interview, he admitted to creating false stories about Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio. The claim? That Haitian migrants were allegedly killing and eating local pets. An accusation so absurd it should have been laughed off the air. Instead, it was taken seriously by right-wing media outlets, and Vance's words had far-reaching consequences. Shortly after his interview, chaos ensued. Bomb threats were made against local hospitals, schools were evacuated, and Springfield residents were gripped by fear. All of this was the direct result of Vance's baseless fearmongering. The local police department, the mayor of Springfield, and Ohio's governor all stepped in to debunk these claims, confirming there was zero evidence to support Vance's stories. Yet the damage was done. One has to ask, why would a U.S. senator make such outrageous claims? The answer lies in the broader Republican strategy of exploiting fear for political gain. By painting immigrants, especially immigrants of color, as violent criminals, Vance taps into a long-standing tradition of racist fearmongering in American politics. This isn't about addressing real issues or finding solutions. It's about using inflammatory rhetoric to whip up fear, distract voters, and pit Americans against one another. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are two sides of the same coin. Both have built their political careers on lies, division, and racial animus. For Trump, who famously referred to African countries as shithole nations, and suggested that the U.S. should be welcoming more people from places like Norway, Vance's latest immigrant-bashing antics are par for the course. After all, Trump's entire political rise was fueled by the racist birther conspiracy theory about Barack Obama. Trump wasted no time in amplifying Vance's lies, repeating the false claims about Haitian immigrants eating pets during a public appearance. In typical Trump fashion, he took Vance's already debunked stories and presented them as fact, further stoking the flames of hatred and division. What's worse, Trump's rhetoric only encourages his followers to take drastic action. In the days following Vance's initial claims, members of extremist groups like the Proud Boys began marching in Springfield, further terrifying the local population. As these far-right militias become emboldened by Trump and Vance's rhetoric, the line between political speech and incitement to violence becomes dangerously blurred. This escalation of tension in Ohio mirrors what we've seen across the country as Trump prepares for another run at the presidency. His strategy is simple: sow chaos, stoke racial division, and distract from his own failed policies. Whether it's immigrants, Black Lives Matter activists, or the LGBTQ+ community, Trump and his allies like J.D. Vance always find someone to scapegoat. The Republican Party's extremist agenda. The lies about Haitian immigrants are not isolated incidents. They are part of a broader extremist agenda that has taken over the Republican Party. Since Trump's election in 2016, the GOP has shifted from being a party of conservative principles to a party of conspiracy theories, white nationalism, and authoritarianism. Vance, who once criticized Trump for his dangerous rhetoric, now fully embraces this transformation. A key part of this agenda is Project 2025, a far-right plan for a future Trump administration that aims to gut democratic institutions, target marginalized communities, and consolidate power in the hands of a few. While Vance and Trump peddle lies about immigrants, they simultaneously work behind the scenes to dismantle protections for voters, women, and minorities. What's most alarming is that this strategy is working. Despite, or perhaps because of, their lies and fearmongering, Trump and Vance continue to attract a loyal following. Vance's fabrications about immigrants may have been debunked, but that hasn't stopped right-wing media and Trump's base from running with the story. The Republican Party's descent into extremism shows no signs of slowing down, and Vance's rise within the party proves that there is no lie too big, no claim too absurd for today's GOP. The human toll. Real people, real fear. At the heart of this story are the people of Springfield, Ohio, who have been caught in the crossfire of J.D. Vance's lies. The Haitian immigrant community in Springfield came to the town seeking jobs and a better life. Instead, they found themselves targeted by racist fearmongering, and their presence has been turned into a political talking point. Springfield's leaders have praised the Haitian community for contributing to the local economy. They work in warehouses, manufacturing plants, and service industries, helping Springfield recover economically. Yet Vance and his ilk would rather paint them as dangerous criminals than recognize their contributions. For the immigrants living in Springfield, the fear is real. Bomb threats, evacuations, and the presence of far-right militias have made it clear that they are not safe. Their lives have been turned upside down, all because a U.S. senator decided to create a false narrative to advance his political career. J.D. Vance's lies about Haitian immigrants in Springfield reveal more than just the lengths he will go to for political gain. They expose the dangerous trajectory of the Republican Party, a party that has abandoned truth and reason in favor of fear and division. By aligning himself so closely with Donald Trump, Vance has shown that he is willing to jeopardize the safety and well-being of his own constituents in order to further his ambitions. But in doing so, Vance may have dug his own grave. While his lies may resonate with a certain segment of the population, they have also alienated many voters who see through his deceit. As bomb threats continue to terrorize Springfield and the Haitian community lives in fear, it's clear that J.D. Vance's rhetoric has real-world consequences. The 2024 election will be a critical moment for the future of America. Will voters choose the path of unity, hope, and progress, or will they fall for the lies and fearmongering of candidates like J.D. Vance and Donald Trump? One thing is certain: J.D. Vance's wild lies have placed him at the center of a political firestorm, and it's only a matter of time before he burns out. As voters prepare to cast their ballots, they must ask themselves, do we want leaders who spread lies and incite violence, or do we want leaders who believe in truth, justice, and the American dream for all? The choice is clear, and it's one that will define the future of our nation.